Imitation crab, created in Japan during the 1970s, has evolved from a novel food innovation to a common ingredient in dishes worldwide. Initially developed as a cost-effective alternative to real crab, this product, also known as crab or crab sticks, has found its place in everything from sushi rolls to salads. So, how do they do it? Imitation crab kicked off its journey in Japan back in the 1970s, all thanks to a company called Sugio Company. They designed it to offer a budget-friendly alternative to pricey crab meat. But the real magic behind imitation crab is something called surimi, that's been used in Asian cuisines for centuries. This is a tradition that's been refined over hundreds of years, making its big break into the US market in the early 80s. Fast forward to today, and imitation crab has turned into a global phenomenon, raking in over $1 billion annually. Imitation crab has found its way into kitchens and cultures worldwide, proving that good ideas have no borders. This seafood substitute has become a go-to ingredient for those looking to enjoy the taste of the sea without spending too much on the actual crab meat. So, how did a fish paste from Japan become a global kitchen staple? At the heart of imitation crab is surimi, a versatile fish paste that's the unsung hero of the seafood aisle. Surimi starts its life as a whitefish, often pollock, cod, or haddock, which are then transformed through a meticulous process of cleaning, deboning, and mincing. But surimi isn't the only ingredient in imitation crab. Starches, the binders that keep everything together, give surimi that satisfying bite. Egg whites are also added, providing a protein punch and helping with that all-important texture. A drizzle of vegetable oil brings a smoothness to the mix. Then there's the sprinkle of salt and sugar, balancing the flavors and bringing a hint of sweetness that mimics real crab meat. And the final touch is crab flavoring that makes you really mistake it for real crab. But here's where it gets interesting. Not all imitation crab is created equal. Depending on where you are in the world, or which brand you pick off the shelf, you'll find little tweaks in the recipe. Some might use different fish bases. Others might experiment with a mix of starches and flavorings. So what is the common method of making imitation crab? Once surimi is mixed with starches, egg whites, and vegetable oil, they are mixed well. Next, cryoprotectants like sugar and sorbitol are also added. These are sweeteners that also add texture, ensuring that surimi keeps its gel-like consistency. Now, it's time for the surimi to take on its new identity. The paste is shaped into rods, mimicking the leggy shape of real crab meat. But we're not done yet. A dash of color is added, painting our rods in shades of orange and red, much like crab's natural hue. The final act in our manufacturing process is cooking and pasteurization. This step is crucial. It's where our imitation crab locks in its flavor and texture, ready to be enjoyed. The rods are cooked, pasteurized to eliminate any lingering bacteria, and then, voila, ready to take their place on your plate. Once our imitation crab has gone through the cooking and pasteurization process, it's time for packaging and distribution. But first, a little prep is needed. The cooked crab sticks are vacuum sealed for safety and freshness. But how does this creation journey from factory to fork? This is where the distribution channels enter the picture. It's a well-oiled machine, involving trucks, cold storage, and a network of routes that crisscross cities and countries. This network ensures that whether you're shopping at your local supermarket, dining in your favorite restaurant, or whipping up a storm in your kitchen, imitation crab is just an arm's reach away. Did you know this seafood stand-in has a more formal name in Japan? It's called kanikama. Kani means crab, and kama is a nod to its kamaboko, steamed fish paste roots. So, it's basically a tribute to traditional Japanese fishcraft. And here's a bit of food for thought on the nutrition front. While it's true that real crab packs more protein punch, imitation crab has lower sodium and fat levels. So, whether it's wrapped in seaweed, tossed in a salad, or served as a dip, imitation crab brings its own unique mix of flavor and nutrition to the table. Imitation crab may just seem like a convenient seafood alternative, but it's truly a culinary marvel that has sailed across the globe, finding a place in diverse dishes and cultures. It represents the ingenuity of food science and a bridge between tradition and modern dining convenience. A much more common food item whose food science we don't think about is prepackaged sandwiches. Click here to explore the art and science behind making your favorite prepackaged sandwich.